Hello, everyone. This is Cedric from astrologykingdom.com. Just wanted to give you a quick astrological update for the week of March 3rd through the 18th. So today, the 12th, is a full moon, and we have the full moon in Virgo. And Virgo can be kind of a somewhat nervous and very mentally and logically driven sort of sign that really likes to look at all the details of everything, can sometimes get a little bit stressed out because of its ability to analyze and see all of these problems that need to be solved. Virgo's very much a problem solver kind of energy. And we have the full moon here, which can bring a very analytical mind, maybe even to the point of overthinking and nervousness. And that combined with this Venus retrograde we have going on, I'm sure you've heard of Mercury retrograde before. Well, all the planets actually go into retrograde, which basically just means that the planet appears to be moving in backwards in the sky, and we can see different effects coming through because of that particular motion. And right now we have Venus and Jupiter both in retrograde. So what I'm trying to say here is that with this full moon and this Venus retrograde kind of being together, the way that they're kind of setting in angles to each other kind of means that there could be a bit of a financial or some other kind of setback as far as maybe your love life, maybe even your job or your career life, your finances. Venus rules over all these things, and when it goes in retrograde, we can kind of see some things kind of start to change in that area. And it kind of seems like maybe what's going on right now is it's kind of a time to examine, how you're going to react to certain things when they don't quite go the way you want them to. And it's not that everything is going to go, there's going to be any huge things going wrong. It's not that, Venus is not going to come and destroy anything. It's just this retrograde period can set some temporary setbacks that will eventually turn out to not be nearly as bad as they seem to begin with. So whatever you end up facing now that seems like a setback, depending on your reaction to it, it may not actually be as much of a setback as you think. It might actually be kind of one of those blessings in disguise later on when Venus returns to its direct motion, so that things actually end up moving better in the future than they were before this setback, whatever it may be, happened. Now, this will depend on your personal chart, how this shows up, where your Venus is located. This could have to do with your money and financial life. This could have to do with your career. This could have to do with your family. It could have to do with friends. It could be a number of things, maybe even all of the above, depending on what you've got going on in your life. And yeah, it's just that in combination with everything else that's going on, especially with this Neptune and Venus conjunction, or not conjunction, but they're making positive aspect to each other. They're in good, making an angle to each other to where they're supporting each other. And this whole setup we have going on right now kind of points towards a sort of a wake-up call regarding our idea of relationships, whether it be in love or family or just friendships in general. Maybe we have certain ways of fantasizing about things. We have certain ideas. Our thoughts tell us one thing about how things might go, but then later on we find out where we may have been impractical or made choices or thought things would go a certain direction, only to find out that there's more involved with getting where we're trying to go than first imagined. So a lot of patience is going to come out of this. A lot of is going to be required of this, and is also going to come out of this at the same time, to where you learn to be a little more patient with the way you react to things that seem to maybe not be exactly what you want right off the bat, but then eventually may end up turning into something else. And so if you do encounter some kind of setback, like I said before, whether it's in love or finances or anything like that, you can react a couple of different ways. You can react in a very kind of explosive manner, to where and demand your own satisfaction to have whatever it is that you think should happen, or you can kind of learn to work with it and accept the things that are beyond your control and learn to make the best of it. If you're the type of person that learns how to roll with the punches and make the best out of it, this could actually lead you to a much better place than ever before once the middle of April starts rolling around. And also, over the next couple months, not even just this week, but the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a strong theme of independence, self-motivation, that sort of thing, to where you're going to have to kind of really be on the ball on your own, to where certain things may not be motivating you as much as they used to. Maybe certain things, responsibilities you have that you used to enjoy, start to be a little bit kind of, the passion or the enjoyment starts to drain out of them a little bit, and you have to decide, do I want to keep doing this because it's the right thing to do, or because it's in alignment with who I am, or am I going to change what I'm doing and let go of this whole thing, So it really depends, again, where you're at. All these things, what we're looking at here is a general overview of what's affecting everybody right now, and the way that it's going to show up specifically for you in your chart or in your life depends on your chart, your astrological birth chart. And it's always a little bit different, but the general theme is there for everybody. And throughout the week, there's going to be a lot of themes revolving around your interactions with other people. Relationships in general are going to be a huge theme moving forward. And learning how to really work with people in a balanced way, and being a little less reactionary, not just kind of jumping the gun and saying that first thing that comes to mind, and maybe learning how to analyze the situation a little more, like we see here with this Virgo full moon, like we mentioned before. Beyond that, Mars is also just now moving into Taurus, and last month it was in Aries, which kind of brings a lot of kind of almost so much energy that you're just kind of running around frantically and just having so much to do. Then it's all like your own responsibility to get it done. Nobody's really doing things for you. But moving on into Taurus, it kind of brings a more slowed down, sort of creative approach to things. Maybe things will be a little less hectic moving forward through this month for this Mars energy, to where it's a little easier to navigate things. You're not just frantically running around trying to get things done. There's a little more strategy now. There's a little more time to slow down and maybe even enjoy yourself a little bit along the way. So overall, we're looking at a pretty interesting week. There might be some things that look like they're not that positive, but by the end of the week, you might start to see that these changes that didn't seem so positive in the beginning are actually there to lead you in a much better direction, as Mercury and Venus begin to move closer to each other at the end of the week. So that pretty much covers the general overview of what's going on this week. If you want to learn a little more about that, I could recommend getting a tarot reading, as the tarot cards can kind of dig into specific situations, what's going on with you, and tell you a little more, to where this is kind of a more general thing to tell us what's going on with the collective consciousness right now. If you want to know more about your own specific situation, tarot cards, the tarot readings are a great way to dig deeper into that and get some more details about what's going on and what you can do specifically. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Feel free to contact me if you'd like to schedule a reading, and I will talk to some of you very soon. Take care.